Coach?
I imagine that's quite the turnaround for the kids to be back out there today.
Yeah, it's been really seems like we were just playing, so it's going to be a challenge for them, both mentally and physically.
It seemed like, other than maybe Kyle, you came out fairly unscathed.
We've got a couple guys banged up. We'll know more tomorrow.
Is this a situation where I know you didn't get to play a lot of guys last night, that maybe you might have an opportunity to get some younger guys in
I don't know.
Saturday?
These guys are pretty good now. I mean, what do they rank, 4th or 5th in FCS, and they got 13. I was looking today, 13 D1 transfers, and it's like having coached on that level. I know. I mean, 2 years ago they beat Ole Miss. Last year took Auburn to overtime. I mean, we're going to try to win the game. That's what we're going to try to do.
It seems like, as you said, this is probably one of the more difficult FCS kind of teams that you'll play. What do you see when you look at the tape on them?
They're big, physical, and they run well. They've got really good running back, a kid that came from Auburn. Was one of the top 2 or 3 rated running backs in the country out of high school. Defensively, they've got a defensive end that's returning All-American, been a couple of years, is a really good player. I mean, they've got some good players. They're big and physical and can run.
Kicking wise, I imagine you spent some time today trying to sort that out.
The day after the game, so yeah, it was concentration as it needed to be.
Was it close between Brendan or Sean, or was Sean? It was a fairly clear decision.
It might have been close. Brendan was hurt for a big part of it, and Sean had kicked really well in practice.
It seemed like the problem was just low kicks more than anything else.
I think sometimes that's a tough environment for your first game ever, and national TV in front of that many people, and he didn't get off to a good start, and it just kind of ballooned on him.
What did you think watching back on the film on Taekwon and how he performed last
night? I thought he played well. I mean, he was a warrior. He played tough and hard, fast. Wasn't always perfect, but he did some good things. So did Cavante.
I think that, I guess it kind of speaks to the volume, being able to recruit guys and let them sit for a few years, and when it's their turn, kind of stepping up to the moment.
Well, you hope that you can develop guys when they come in. That's what you're supposed to do. And those guys, were good players in high school, and we'll see how they end up. I don't base anything on one game, but it was encouraging.
Do you do anything different? I mean, I imagine prep's way different. You probably don't go in pads this week, I would think.
We won't be in pads at all this week.
And have you've had a few short turnarounds, but I don't recall one quite this. Maybe this.
We've had a Thursday night game, and then or a Saturday, Thursday, but I think one time, but nothing like this.
And so, does it? I mean, I guess kind of how do you get the kids to refocus that quickly? That seemed like that would be a hard task, especially with a game like last night.
Well, I think they're disappointed right now with the outcome of the game, but when they look at the tape, they realize what they let slip away, and you just come back to work and flush it after the day. It's over with. Can't get it back. Lost out. Got to move on.
Do you feel like defensively anything changed? I mean, you got pressure in the first half, kind of out of your base defense.
We played better in the first half. We tackled better, and their first 6 possessions, I think they had 1 score, and then the last 6 they had 5 or 6. So once it started snowballing and was going downhill, it didn't get any better.
Do you want to see more aggression from your defense in terms of?
Well, you'd like to see some negative plays. Yeah, we've talked about that.
I mean, it seemed like they were kind of just playing zone in the second half.
Yeah, they were mixing coverage, and give Tennessee some credit. Their guys made some plays, and we had a number of chances to get off the field and didn't make plays. I mean, they threw what I would consider 3 or 4 jump balls, and they got them. And when they had to convert third down the stretch, they did. So it was give them some credit, but certainly we can play better, I think.
Out of your career, that seems like one of your better called games in terms of you kind of had them pinned. I mean, was that something, well, I guess was your plan of attack something you saw on film and you guys worked on camp, or was it adjustment?
Like we saw on film. We got adjusted after the second series and then played. They had their plan, and we have kind of what we do to that kind of plan. So our guys executed pretty good after the first couple of series, and we were. When you can stay in third short, it makes it easy.
About Taekwon, and I forget, like, what did you see more? I mean, obviously you saw a lot, but like, did anything stand out to you when you watched the film of what he did?
You know, he showed a lot of toughness, I think, and resiliency. He's competitive. I've known that. You know, the moment wasn't too big for him. He just kind of dialed in and focused in and played the game. And that's encouraging. So hopefully he can grow. Was he perfect? Far from it. He'd be the first to tell you. But, you know, he did a lot of really good things.
It's good.
His style seems to be, there's some kind of, I don't know if sandlot's the right word, but he does a lot of improvisation. Is that something that you see in what he does?
I don't know how much improvisation he was doing. He was cutting back once in a while, but he was pretty much doing what we call it.
Kind of looking back now, and not even 24 hours later, that has to be among the most gut-wrenching games you've had.
That's a hard one. I mean, that's one that you know, again, I don't want to take anything away from Tennessee. They won. They made plays. They won the game. But it's a tough one to lose the way it came down. We had every opportunity to finish that one and didn't get it done. Really, all facets. I mean, we could have. You know, all we needed is a score there with 4 or 5 minutes to go up 2, and they're going to have a hard time coming back. And certainly we could have made a stop or 2 in the second half. And then our special teams, we make a field goal or cover kicks better or kick the ball better. I mean, there's a lot of things. So it's not a one-sided deal. It's a team game. Everybody's got to play better.
It seemed like the players, given what happened, they weren't really hanging their heads after the game, after they got changed and got ready. And it seemed like they kind of bounced. Taquan in particular seemed like he was just kind of ready to play and happy that a game was coming that quickly.
Well, I think they enjoyed playing. I hope they're frustrated. If they're not, we're playing the wrong cats if they don't mind losing. So I think it bothers them to lose. But, you know, you look back and then, like I say, it's water on the bridge. After you go through the film and you talk through it and you see what you could do better and what happened, you move on to Jacksonville State. That's all you can do. They're not going to let you play it again.
You said that, you know, going into the season, you thought the defense might have carried a little more of the load, but it seemed like your offense was pretty sharp.
One game, we'll see. I mean, you know, it's one game. Next one might be 6-3. Who knows?
But I guess if you see continuing ability, that has to be pretty exciting for you to see kind of that performance out of the gate from your offense.
Well, once we got through the first couple series, they played pretty good. But you know, the first couple series left a little to be desired, and you know, it's one game. That's not a. Let's get several games, and then we'll have a pattern of what we think we got.
Do you feel like Clinton's getting closer to?
I think so. He was supposed to try to run today. I don't know how he did. I have to find out.
Do you know about Kyle Henderson?
Not yet. We'll know something probably tomorrow, later this week.
Is there anything else that's? Is there?
There's a couple guys that are banged up.
Chris, you'd mentioned planning to go with Brenton. Is that still the plan? To get Brenton King, you want to give him a shot?
We'll let him compete this week and see what happens. I mean, we competed out there a little bit today, and it wasn't much different.
I mean, kind of going off what Kelly was saying about the guys being resilient, is part of your job to pick them up this week, from what you can tell?
Part of our job is try to win football games. That's my job. Try to develop them as young people and get their degree and try to make them the best people they can be and win games. And a lot of people don't care about the first two. So we didn't get it done. We didn't win the game.
Anything else for Coach?